So I was just telling Liz about this dream I was having that disoriented me enough to forget that we were podcasting this morning. um so I've been watching The Last of Us, and I was just telling Liz that it's about fungus that kind of takes over and makes people into like fungi zombies kind of. There's a game called The Last of Us 2, and that's what it's based on. And in my dream, Pedro Pascal was in it, and Liz asked, "Is that your crush?" And I was like, I don't know. I can't tell if I'm like crushing on him because he's very handsome, or if it's the fact that like I see him in this role again as a parental figure, and like me with my daddy issues, I'm like, I just want him to take care of me. I just want him to like just take care of me, because he plays the Mandalorian in the Mandalorian, so he takes care of Baby
Wouldn't have
Yoda.
guessed that.
I am not awake. I've had one cup of coffee and I'm still not awake. Anyways, how was your morning?
That's a long time ago. For you guys that don't know, I live in the Netherlands and River lives in California. So when it's morning for them, it's evening for me. So we kind of have a little window for when we can talk to each other
Yeah.
when one of us is not sleeping. So for me, it's like well into the night or in the evening.
Yeah.
And yeah, morning was long ago. I do remember though that I actually finished reading my book that we wanted to
Yay.
talk about today. We decided to talk about our recent reads, books that we are currently reading, because River's reading an awesome book right now, and I am also reading an awesome book. But I actually finished it this morning, and I hopped right onto the second one because it's a series.
Oh no, that's awesome. Yeah, I did want to talk about one book that I finished not too long ago because I just really enjoyed it.
Hi. Do you want to start, or do I want to start?
You should start because it's probably more fresh in your brain.
All right. Okay. So, surprise! It's a pirate series. I'm very deep into my pirate spin right now,
Yeah.
and
Your
yeah. So
hyperfixation.
it's a hyperfixation about my special interest. So yeah, I just want everything about pirates right now. And this book, I came across it. Basically, it's about a girl who is a changed one, which means she is born with a mark on her face, and there's legends that they have powers, or everyone thinks that they have powers, but she doesn't.
Okay.
And so she's hidden by her father, who is a higher up, because they have 7 islands in their world,
Mm-hmm.
and he is the sort of ruler of that island where they live. And but she has to keep hidden because the changed ones are getting killed when they're found out, because people are afraid of them. And so she, yeah, basically has to keep hidden to stay alive. Anyway, something happens where they found her out, and she's like, "Ah, shit! I have to escape now." And they had a boat ready for just this occasion, and so she went onto the Green Sea. They have 7 different seas, and yeah, it's crazy. And so she went into the sea, and at one point she bumped into a pirate ship, literally, and fell off her ship or of her boat, and she sort of drowned, but then one came after her, and she woke up in the pirate ship. And she
Nice.
has been learned her whole life the pirates are dangerous. So she's like, "Oh shit, I'm captured by pirates. Oh no." Turns out they're actually really nice, and they are kind of the good guys in this world.
Love it.
And
Love
yes,
to see
and
it.
so shit happens, and she kind of develops feelings for every one of them. There's like 6 pirates, so there's hints of polyamory in there, and I was like, I hope they will go through with that. Seems like it is.
Yeah, that's so awesome. They need more of that in books.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? Like, the story is so good, but the writing is so bad.
I remember here like seeing that on your story. You're like, oh, the
Yes.
writing is so awful, but the plot and the
Yes.
characters.
It's like the author came up with this cool ass story and this whole world, which is awesome, but just can't write.
That's so sad. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I can see through it. Like I'm not that high maintenance with writing of books, I guess. Because other people would have probably ditched it already. And
Yeah.
I saw some 2 stars and I'm like, okay, I should not rate this because this story is too good to be ruined by that.
Yeah, you know what though? I think it's like I don't know, like depending on the writing, right? Like depending on how the writing is I think it can either make or break a story. So like I've
Yeah.
definitely DNF'd a few books that had like a really awesome plot, but the writing wasn't for me. I think
Hmm.
if the writing is just like meh, but you can get through it, then like do that. Like you should just enjoy the story, you know? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And for some reason, this is also very easy to read. So at least there's a little win. Like,
Win-win. Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be like mentally challenging. Like I hate that. I hate books that just come off so fucking pretentious. Like I'd rather read a book that like I can get through like this than like where I'm like, "Oh, I need my dictionary," or like, "Let
yeah,
me Google this word real quick." Like I love learning new words. Like don't get me wrong, I love it. But
yeah,
when they come off like I don't know how to explain it. It's like you can tell the writer is just trying to like flex their like vocabulary muscles. They're just like,
yeah.
"Ooh, yeah, look at this. Look at this word." Oh.
Yes, exactly. It's like those people that go to the fitness center and just work out in front of the mirror.
That's yes, that is what it is. Like I can't handle that. Like it has to be like there has to be like something in between. You know, what is it? Like a smart person will say something in a simple way, right? And then like
I don't know.
yeah, I feel like smart people say complex things in a simple way. That's what it is. And
Okay.
that's what we want in books. Like at least for me. Like I don't need to be challenged while I'm reading. I'm already challenged enough in life. Like I just want to sit down and read a book and have it be like fine and easy to get through.
Yeah. Oh, can I say some quotes? Oh, I
Yes.
should probably say what the book
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
It's called here's me talking about the book and haven't even told you the title
It's
yet.
okay. Chaotic us, right?
It's called Escape the Sea by G.
Oh
Bailey.
yeah, I saw that on your Goodreads.
Yeah, you marked it as to read.
I want to read it. It looks good. I like the cover. The cover is sexy. I want to watch it. I want to read it.
Yes, it's very cool. It really looked at first because also saw the covers of the others in the series, and it looked like this sort of like romance, But I thought, okay, let's just give it a try because it's pirates, and there's a
Yeah,
ship on it too, and it might just be like with the Crimson Accord series. They also look very like uh
romantic.
yeah, they look very romantic, but in the end, it's just a really rad story.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's like that's I like I don't mind romance in books either. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, but
I
it's
just don't
not
want it.
like the focus on it. It's
Yeah,
not.
you like it to be a subplot. Like if
Yeah.
there's a subplot of that's my favorite.
Hmm.
But yes, can we hear some quotes from the book? I know you always pick out good ones.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a good one with the quotes because it's not very good writing. Even kijken hoor. Oh, wacht. Ik was naar beneden gescrolld. Okay. This is you'll see a taste of what it's written like. But this quote was just very cozy. Since she stepped into the kitchen, the noise of pots and pans banging can be heard, as well as the normal sounds of the boat creaking and the whistle of the wind over the sea. So it's not prose. There's no
Yeah,
prose at
it's just
all.
like very like this is what's happening. I don't mind that, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. I'm not.
No, and it felt just very
Yeah.
cozy. So the main character is called Cassandra, and she killed someone, and she was talking to one of the pirates about it, and he was like, because she was like, oh shit, I killed someone, she was feeling bad about
Oh,
it. And so he was like, you may have killed him, Cassandra, but his soul was already tied to death. He deserved death, and the sea god would only thank you.
I love that. I love that. That was a good quote. I like that. Yeah.
Right? And then one that speaks right into my soul. I'm on a pirate ship, and I'm happy.
Oh,
And so I put that on Goodreads and included that meme. Like, God, I wish that was me.
I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, I can't wait. Okay, that's definitely going to be on my like next TBR.
Yeah, I wonder how fast you will go through it. Because I wonder what you think of the story.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm a very slow reader, to be honest. Like I read really slow, but I also read a lot of like longer books.
Yeah.
So when I read like shorter books, usually I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to get through this really quickly." But then I'm not a very fast reader. So I'm actually surprised that I've read as many books as I have over the last month or two.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you proud of
Um
yourself?
I am proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for giving myself the time to do it. That's another thing. Like I always feel like, oh, I could be doing something else. Like I could be more productive. I could be writing my own book. I could be,
Mm-hmm.
like there's like a thousand things that goes through my mind and
Yeah. Very relatable.
yeah, it's like with books like you it is a kind of a form of self-care. It's like
Yeah.
it's not as easy as just sitting down and watching a show because you don't have to do anything when you watch a show. The show is just like going to your eyeballs. Like it's just at you.
Yeah.
And with reading it, it does require a certain amount of effort and concentration. But once you get into it, it's so fun.
Yeah, and once
And
you're in a story, you're in it.
you're in it. It's like and then the other thing is like your imagination fucking flows, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing that I especially with like good stories. Like it doesn't even have like I said, like the writing doesn't have to be complex. It's actually better if the writing just flows because then the reader, in my opinion, can just kind of get into the story so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the way it is for me.
You mean if things aren't explained in detail?
Well, yeah, or if they use like very complicated
Oh, yeah,
wording,
yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I love like similes, like what we were talking about, Night Strider and like some of the things that she said in that one. What? What?
Sorry, I just thought of the word simoleons. the gold in Sims.
You're so funny.
They have much gold. Oh, the pirates also have very much gold, and I wonder where it's coming from, and I wonder if it will be explained in the series.
Probably. I mean, you can't show a gun in a story unless you're going to use it, right? Like don't show a gun unless you're going
Well,
to pull the
yeah,
trigger.
they use it, but I wonder if it's explained where it's coming from.
Yeah, I hope that's what I mean, like they should.
Yeah.
If they don't, then that's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like one of those things that the writer is waiting to reveal, maybe in the last book. Hopefully it happens sooner though, because I love that. I love a good like mystery, like, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah. Oh, I should look up if it's a finished story. I have read okay, in the beginning of the book. There's this sort of epilogue, prologue thingy, where they talk about, or where there's this thing that will happen in the
Mhm.
future. So I already know something that's going to happen because you read that right away.
Yeah.
And I really wonder if that's the end or not. And that also happened in this book because I'm now in the second one. And what's also really nice is that the first one and the second one went right
Uh,
over, like the end
oh,
of the first and the beginning of the second. It just continued the story.
that is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, well, they also ended on a high cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
I'm actually really, really glad that I did in this one.
Yeah, I hate when that happens and you have to wait for like 2 years for the next book to come out.
Oh
You're
yes, I
just like
remember that with books
you're just sitting there like
in the
actually,
past.
there's this one, the one that I just finished has like an epic.
Ashes,
Yeah. There's
ashes. Your River's holding a book called Ashes.
It's
By?
Ashes. Yeah, it's Ashes by Iona Wayland, and the man, like the cover is so intriguing to me. It has two skulls on it. One skull kind of looks
Yeah,
like a
kind of looks like a raven skull.
yeah, like an owl or a raven skull, and then the other one is like a deer skull. And they have like one has like a feather. The deer skull has like a feather on it, and then the owl skull has like a bunch of these like really pretty like florals, and it's just like a it's like a simple
Cover.
cover, but it's so good. And Iona is a friend of mine. We only recently really became friends. Like I've known about her for a while because she's friends with Jenna Moresi, and Jenna Moresi and I kind of, we chat. She's been on our podcast. You should listen to that episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, should I talk about this book?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that the one that you read and enjoyed?
Yeah, this is the one that I read and finished. I really enjoyed it. So, as the title kind of foreshadows, I guess, Ashes, it's about this girl, Angela, her brother's ashes. And basically, it starts off with her, it's like a really interesting beginning. She's like holding an urn and she's duct taping it, or she's taping it around. Like you're like, why is she like taking her brother's ashes and like duct tape? Like why? So
Mm-hmm.
already there's this question of like, what the fuck is happening? And then you learn that she was told to go to this forest. It's called the Hollow Forest. And she has to bring her brother's ashes to the Hollow Forest in order for his soul to be free, his essence to be free. Because right now, after he passed
Mm-hmm.
away, he was kind of stuck and haunting her a little bit. So his soul is like haunting her a little bit, and so she finds out that one way for her to help him be free is to go to this place. But there's all these rules, right? There's all these rules in the Hollow Forest.
No, not rules.
So like for example, like she can't feel doubt about her mission. There's a huge possibility that she could die on this mission, and she knows it, and she's just kind of like, whatever, I want to do this for my brother. He deserves to be free. And there's another thing where like if she had so she brought like a machete, and she has to name her machete in order for it to not turn on her.
What?
So she has, yeah, so she like in this forest you have to name your weapons or they will turn on you. And it's a real thing that happens, and it's so cool. So she names her machete Toto.
Toto. Isn't
Toto,
that the
like
cat boss?
it's it actually, I think the reference is from Wizard of Oz, Toto the dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what it's referring to. So like the way that I would describe this book if I had to use other forms of media would definitely be Wizard of Oz with Red Riding Hood mixed together in a gothic way.
Oh, nice.
And it's so supernatural. The creatures in this fucking book are so good. There's a lot of witchcraft that is really interesting. So for example, like in order to keep herself like safe, she has to like draw out like these diamond shape, like a big diamond shape.
Mm-hmm.
She has to stay away from this like monster that's called
The Kraken.
hold on, it's called the Canid
Okay, I was
Carry.
close. There's a lot of K's in there.
The Kraken. Um so yeah, so she has to battle these supernatural beings, and so her first night. Okay, I have to read this part to you because this shows you what she's up against, right? So it says that if she loses her doubt, she'll lose the pull, which is like it's telling her where she needs to go to bring her brother's ashes to,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically like your intuition, but it's like a pull for her. She feels it in her chest. And if you lose that, if you start to doubt, you're going to lose it, and then you get lost in the forest. You get lost and you're never going to find your way out. So hold on, let me find it.
Lift music.
All right, so she comes across this woman and she's like, "Do you know where the gate is? Can you show me?" She grips my shoulders, and when I look at her hands, they look thin and not as golden as before. I gasp. It's as if her face has aged. It's as if her face has aged a decade in just 1 second. Yes, it's back that way. I jerk my thumb over my shoulder, showing the way that I came from. It's about an hour or two hike. You don't understand, do you? Tears stream down her wrinkled cheeks. There's no direction here, only intuition. I don't have it. She releases my shoulders and cries into her hands. I stare at the top of her head as she sobs and shakes. Her hair has dulled and her backpack is missing the tent. There's slashes in the side where her water pouch has been. She and her pack are covered in mud, splotches, dirt, and pieces of dead leaves and grass. So as she's watching
Oh,
this
that's
woman,
someone who's lost.
yeah. But it's when she first meets her, she's noticing that she looks normal. Everything about her is normal.
Yeah.
But then as they interact longer, she starts to disintegrate. Her face is taut and wrinkled. Her hair is thinning and missing in patches. Her cheeks are sunken in. Her voice wavers and it's difficult for her to control. I followed someone in here. I wanted to help them. My friend, she says, spitting out some of her teeth. And when she said the word friend, I cringe as her yellowed teeth fall on the leaves at my feet, making a pitter-patter like rain sound. I know, right? You have to, I stammer as her bones protrude and her thin skin stretches over them. Be open. You have to be open your mind and let yourself feel. She won't be feeling anything anymore. She's a corpse and then dust, just like my brother.
Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
This book has so many amazing elements. I won't give anything else away. Just like if you're into like supernatural, if you like the idea of like, you know, reading about
Dark
death
shit.
and paranormal, dark shit. This is a perfect. Oh, I cannot stress to you enough. Like the fucking creatures in this, they're so awesome. And there is a love story, but it's not the main plot, and it happens kind of like in a weird way.
Randomly.
Yeah, and it's also very, again, like very magical. But yeah, it's a very short read. It's only like 200 pages. Yeah, so I finished that one.
Awesome. You were describing Ashes. Should I describe Escape the Sea?
Yeah.
In a few words?
Yeah.
Okay. Witches, pirates, dragons, angry king, green sea, black flags.
Nice.
I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, and they're just really sweet pirates. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just very into this book, so.
No, you should be. I can't wait for you to read the next one and talk about that one. I just want to briefly mention this book because I haven't finished it yet. So maybe the next time we talk about books, I'll talk about more of it. But basically, I'm reading a book called A Game of Hearts and Heists by Ruby Rowe. That is an alternate pen name for Sasha Black. Sasha Black is an author that I've been following for a while. She writes a lot of books about like how to write heroes and villains and side characters. She also has another series that she wrote. She has a podcast called the Rebel Author Podcast, which I listen to a lot. Anyways, this is a steamy lesbian romance.
I wanted to ask why I don't have to know particularly why she does it, but why do people use pen names?
I think for her, if I remember correctly, she was struggling with the idea of doing something different, and her name, because Sasha Black is also a pen name. It's not her real name.
So if in case it flops, it's not her actual name that gets into the mix.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily about it flopping as much as like a lot of writers have this thing where they want to keep their name in a particular genre, so that way their readers will, because sometimes readers can be like, well, this person usually writes romance. Why are they suddenly writing a mystery, a murder mystery? Like, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm going to write whatever the fuck I want under my real name because that's just who I am. Like, if
you heard it here first, guys.
Like, listen, I am chaotic. That's just the way that I am. But for Sasha, I think she has a reader fan base, and so she wanted to keep it. I think she wanted to keep it to get like separate.
Yeah.
And this was her first like lesbian LGBTQ
Romance.
romance.
Or
It's actually
is it a romance?
it's an enemies to lovers, and it's real good.
And I think it's wasn't it about an assassin and
A poisoner.
yeah, I was gonna say a medic turned poisoner or something, right?
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Um, so the reason why she has Ruby Robe is because she wanted to start this new thing, but now she doesn't care. So like the name is associated with her no matter what. But yeah, this book is amazing. So it says,
Is it the tits?
it's
I take that as a yes.
So this is on the back of the book. It says, I prefer the more commanding girl, a girl with weapons in her hands and murder in her heart.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, okay, so I haven't read the whole thing, but I'll give you a little snippet. Scarlet Scar is the assassin.
What a good name that her parents pick out for her. It matches so well with her job.
Yeah, it does. And she has a twin sister named Sterling. Yeah, they're so cute.
Nice.
And then the poisoner, her name is Quinn. And they fucking hate each other, but they love each other. Like they
love to hate each other.
They love to hate each other. And they try to mess with each other a lot, especially Scarlet. Scarlet loves playing a game with her. She thinks that she's got Quinn wrapped around her finger, and it's there's a lot of steaminess. Right now, I think it's just like the game between the two of them, but I think eventually the story will get more complicated. I've never read a book where the lovers are already having sort of like
they're in cahoots already?
Yeah, they're already like they're having sex together already, you know? So you're like,
so you're sort of jumping into it after they've got together, sort of.
yeah, exactly. And like at first I was like, how do they hate each other but they have sex?
Established, I think that's the word that we were looking for.
Yeah, exactly. She had already established this connection between the two of them, but their like irritation and frustration and hate have a lot to do with like their passion for each other. And so when Scarlet fucks Quinn, she's like literally like,
fuck you.
Fuck you.
In both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But yeah, that's where it's at right now. I can't wait to finish it. I would love to have Sasha on our show if she ever has time. I'd also love to have Iona on our show because they're both amazing and they both have podcasts. But yeah, so that's what I've been reading, and that's that. Like done.
Finished. Throw it over your shoulder. You're done with it. Since we're sort of doing updates, I finished Interview with the Vampire finally.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I started it in December, so it's been a while.
Been a while.
It's just I know it's not a classic per se, but it's written like a classic.
Yes.
Kind of in my eyes. And so I've been having a hard time with that. I really love the story, but just the writing is just it's difficult for me.
Yeah.
But I got through it and I finished it. And now there's the Vampire Lestat waiting for me with the 600 fucking pages. And I just keeping it over there in the corner behind something before I finish.
You know what? Just the fact that you own the fact that you own the book, you already kind of have like a bunch of points just for that. I don't know. So, like I used to read books that were like 600 pages long, and now like thinking about books that are that long, it's like so daunting. Like I love a good book that's 300 pages done.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Nice, welcome to the club.
And I think that that's kind of something that I've been like sticking to lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been like, okay,
yeah,
400 pages, all right, if it's a good
book,
or a good plot. But yeah, I definitely like the 200 ashes, 200 pages. Like that was perfect.
Ashes,
Ashes, we all
ashes.
fall down.
I keep having that song in my head.
I kind of love that.
From Corn Dough.
Oh shit! I forgot about that song.
Yeah, Shoots and Ladders. Go listen
Yeah,
to it. It's rad.
we should just put it. No, I think we might get canceled.
No, yeah, that would be authors. Or I was gonna say auteursrecht, but that's the Dutch copyright. That's the
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We don't want to do that.
we got copyright for the So for Tijne song as well. So and that was kind of short.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I am very much not in the vampire mood right now. So I'm just sort of waiting for that. I'm writing out my pirate moments.
I'm enjoying all of your pirate content every day.
Are you okay?
I love it. Like when you are in the mode, it like makes me so happy. I'm like, oh man, there's Liz just living their life.
Yeah, I feel so obnoxious.
No, don't. This is the thing. Like it's.
You should follow my Tumblr. Do you
I
know?
do follow your Tumblr. I just haven't been. I haven't been on Tumblr in a long time.
I have a particular account for all my pirate related shenanigans.
You got to send me a link because I think like what I want to start doing again is I need to start up again on Vera's account.
Vera is River's character.
Oh yeah,
if anyone was curious.
It's gonna be I don't know how many people are gonna care, but it's gonna be like a little Easter egg in the series where Vera will reveal at some point that then in the next book, in the second book, she'll talk about how she has a Tumblr account, and it'll be an actual thing that I will maintain.
I love when authors do that.
Yeah.
When we have a website in there or something and it actually works.
Yeah, like it exists. Like
yeah.
And like let's be real, like Vera might be my character is very like sassy and like tries to be like unemotional, but she's so emotional. Like,
yeah. She's very deep.
Yeah, she's deep. But are we both just like holding our plushies right now? Just like
we're both rocking.
I just woke up and I was like, oh no, I'm late. And I was like, I need a friend just in case.
Yeah. Just two autistics doing a podcast together and you get this.
Hopefully next time we'll have more books to talk about, but you know what? Just getting through one is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, what's your goal for this year, book-wise?
Oh, I currently have a 25 books goal, but I think I'm gonna hit it because I'm at like 17 or something. And so
for the month or for the year?
For the year, yeah.
Oh wow.
And then no, I'm not gonna read 25 books in a month. I mean, I'm sure there's people who do that, but no.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you do. Listen, sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't read that much. And it's like a list of like 9 books. And I'm like, I read half a chapter.
You know why that is? That's because I had an audiobook app trial. And that's why I then got through a lot of books in that month.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But no, I'm probably gonna up it to 50 soon. And last year I read 75, so I wonder if I'm gonna hit that. But, I don't really care anymore. I just want to read books that I enjoy. And just like this series, because I just can't stop thinking about it. It's so good.
I love that.
Yeah. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what people say about the writing because I acknowledge it's kind of shit. But the story is so good.
Listen, just because other people say it's shitty doesn't mean you have to agree. That's the other thing. Like, I think it's like, yeah, it's life is too short to read a shitty book that you're not enjoying the plot of.
Yeah, and life is also too short to be serious. So
yeah, like
yeah,
yeah, guys. So, anyways, you heard it here first. Like, just enjoy yourself. I'm sure you heard it many times other places, but let's just probably pretend that you heard it here first. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening in.
We hope you'll have a lovely day. A lovely, lovely day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.